All right, let's jump right into this. In our previous explainers, we spent a lot of time looking at how to select elements that already exist on your page and how to change their content or attributes. But today, we're taking a massive leap forward. We are going to look at how to dynamically create brand new elements completely from scratch using JavaScript, and then inject them exactly where we want in the HTML document.
Now, to really wrap our heads around this, we kind of need to start with a slightly philosophical question. Seriously, think about it. When you use JavaScript to create a new HTML tag, where exactly does it live before it actually appears on your web page? Well, the answer is that it starts off floating in this invisible void of JavaScript memory. It exists, for sure, but it's not a physical part of your active document yet. Our job today is to bridge that gap.
Okay, here's our agenda for this explainer. 1. Dynamic DOM element creation. 2. Step 1. The creation phase. 3. Step 2. Targeting parents. 4. Nesting and appending elements. 5. Advanced positioning with insert before. And finally, 6. Mastering your web pages.
Section 1. Dynamic DOM element creation, the big picture. Let's start by setting up a real-world scenario. Imagine we have an existing website with a main navigation menu, and currently it only has 3 links in it. We want to dynamically add a 4th link, specifically a link to a blog, and we want to do it entirely through JavaScript without ever touching the static HTML file.
So the absolute crucial point to remember here is that this is a very specific 2-step process. Step 1, we have to create that element in JavaScript's memory. And step 2, we take that element we just created and physically push it or append it into the HTML document exactly where we want it to live.
Moving to Section 2, Step 1, the creation phase, conjuring elements. To add our new blog link to the navigation menu, we actually need to gather our raw ingredients first. Since a navigation menu is typically an unordered list, our new link is going to need 2 specific pieces, an li list item tag and an a anchor tag to act as the actual clickable link.
To actually conjure these elements into existence, we use a spectacularly straightforward method called document.createElement. It's super simple. All you do is type document.createElement and pass the tag name you want inside the parentheses. So we'll create a variable called newLi and set it equal to document.createElementLi. Then we literally do the exact same thing for our anchor tag, storing it in a variable called newA. It is genuinely that easy to generate new building blocks.
But I have to relentlessly reinforce this fact. Even though we just ran that code, you're not going to see anything change on the page yet. Right now, those new li and a tags are just sitting perfectly empty inside our variables. At this point, they are completely stranded in that void of JavaScript memory we talked about earlier.
All right, Section 3, Step 2, targeting parents, finding a home. Before we can rescue our new elements from the memory void and display them on the active screen, we have to identify their future home. We need to find the specific parent container in the HTML document where these new elements are eventually going to live. Finding that exact parent container requires a precise combo of selection methods. First, we use getElementById to grab our main navigation bar, which we'll say has the ID of main-nav. But, our links actually live inside an unordered list inside that nav. So, change to that, we use getElementsByTagName and look for the ul tag. Now, because getElementsByTagName always returns an array, even if there's only one item in it, we just use array notation with a 0 in the brackets to grab that specific ul at the 0th position. And just like that, we have our target locked in. Which brings us to Section 4, nesting and appending elements, putting it together. We have our empty elements floating in memory, and we have our target parent container selected. Now we've reached the climax of our journey. We have to piece these elements together like little nesting dolls and finally push them into the document.
The real game changer here is the append child method. When you call this method on a parent element, it takes whatever new child node you give it and it slides it right into the parent container. But here's the catch. Append child always attaches the new element to the very end of that parent's list of children.
Let's sequence these operations to see how it works. First, we nest our elements. We take our newly created li tag and we say newli.append child newA. That neatly tucks the anchor tag right inside the list item. Next, we call our target menu variable and say menu.append child newli. Boom! The list item is now physically in the navigation menu. But wait, we can't forget the content. We grab that anchor tag and set its inner HTML property to the word blog.
Our link is officially alive, visible, and sitting right there at the bottom of our navigation list. Section 5. Advanced Positioning with Insert Before. Absolute control. Now here's a fun little plot twist. What if you don't want your new blog link at the bottom of the list? What if you want to place it at the beginning or somewhere else entirely? Well, Append Child isn't going to cut it for that.
For precise placement, we need to upgrade our toolkit with the Insert Before method. This brilliant function lets developers completely bypass the bottom of the stack and inject a new element exactly where they choose, just by placing it right before an already existing reference element.
Now, to make Insert Before function properly, we call it on our parent menu, but this time we have to pass it two mandatory parameters. Parameter 1 is the new item you are inserting, in our case, the new live variable. Parameter 2 is the reference item it should appear before. So if we want our link at the very top, we just target the first LI tag, the 0th position in the array of list items, and use that as our reference.
Looking at them side by side really illustrates the tactical difference here. Append File is kind of your quick, easy, blunt instrument. You call it and your element drops straight to the bottom. Insert Before, on the other hand, is like a scalpel. Yet it requires a bit more syntax because of that second reference parameter, but it gives you absolute, granular control over exactly where your new element sits.
Section 6. Mastering your web pages. Complete dynamic control. Seriously. Congratulations on this. Whether you appended it to the bottom or inserted it perfectly at the top, you have successfully shepherded a brand new HTML element from the invisible void of JavaScript to memory all the way onto the active web page. Your blog link is working.
By mastering Create Element, Append Child, and Insert Before, along with Inner HTML, you've just gained full dynamic control over the structure of your web pages. You can forge the raw tags, give them substance, and integrate them flawlessly anywhere you want.
But of course, now that you have total power to build things up, a whole new question pops up. You can build the DOM, but how do you tear it down? Next time in our Explainer series, we are going to dive into the exact opposite process. We'll learn how to target and permanently remove elements from the HTML document when they are no longer needed. It's going to be super interesting, so I will catch you in the next one.